Assalamu alaikum. I am Fatimah from Al-Jemila fashion. In this series, I am using one cardboard pattern to make different kiddies hijab. So watch the first video in this series. You will find it in the description link. So the next one we are making is this lovely hijab. We're using the same pattern to create different hijab styles. So I have all 4 hijabs on the table. So what you'll be needing, you need your scissors, your chalk, your fabric, and also you also need your cardboard pattern paper. So the next thing that I did was that I make sure that I place my fabric on the table. The fabric is on fold, so make sure when you are cutting yours, you make sure that yours is on fold. So the next thing I'll be doing is to place my pattern paper or my cardboard pattern paper on the fabric. So once you place your cardboard pattern on your fabric, the next thing is that I went ahead to increase the length because I want it to be a bit longer than the pattern. So what I did next was that I measured 2 inches round so that I can increase the length of my pattern. So mark out 2 inches. So after marking it, make sure to connect the lines. So I went out to connect the lines. So when I finished connecting the lines, so at the center of my hijab, you can see that's the center of the hijab, I went ahead to come. You could come in by 1 inch or 1.5, but I used 1.5 for mine, and it came out really lovely. So make sure to connect it properly. So after connecting it, I'll also go ahead to connect the front part. So I want it to be a little bit longer on the fabric because of the style that I'm making with. So don't forget to subscribe for the next hijab style. Make sure they are aligned properly before cutting them out. So once I went ahead to chalk it a little bit more so that by the time I remove my cardboard, I will still be able to be visible for me to cut it out. So that's me trying to, after removing the cardboard pattern, the next thing you'll be doing is to cut out your hijab. So, and that's all about the hijab. The hijab is very easy, it's beginners friendly and very easy to make. So if you are making an hijab for the first time, this tutorial is for you. So the next thing I did was that I've already cut out every accessories, my hijab accessory that I have. So I'll just tell you the dimension. So for this I have 9 inches. So that is, you can see that it is on fold. 9 inches by 3 inches. That's the first one. So the next one for this, I'll be using this for a bow tie, a little bow. So I have 6 inches by 3 inches. You might decide to increase yours depending on what you want. So this one is also for the bow tie at the back. So I've already cut it out. So when that is 2 inches, I marked out 2 inches at that side, and that side is 3.5. So you just connect them together. It's very easy to make, and make sure when you are cutting yours, the length of that is 15 inches. Make sure when you are cutting yours, you make sure that it is on fold. So for the cap, I went ahead to use 6.5 inches by 4 inches. So that's the length of the cap, and that's all for the hijab. So what we'll be doing now is how to sew it. So the first thing we are going to do now is that for the bow tie, the first thing we're going to do is that you sew it round. This is the one with 6 inches by 3 inches, don't forget. So you sew it round, then notch the center in order for it to bring it out. So for this, what we are going to do is that you go ahead to double fold or whip it depending on what you want. So after doing it, I'm going to show you. So I've already double folded it, and I also went ahead to stitch all sides. So I told you to notch it at the center, so I already did that. So you just bring it out. And one more thing, when you are sewing it, make sure you are stitching on the wrong side and not the right side. And so that's all for that. So I have my elastic. The length of my elastic is 8 inches. So what we are going to do is that you stitch your elastic on both ends before stitching them together. It is very easy to make, so that's all about that. So once I'm done with that, I'll show you. So for this, the next thing I'm going to do is that you are going to open it up. So you go ahead and stitch it and leave that side open, the center. Leave it maybe like 1 inch open, so that when you are done stitching, you'll be able to bring it out. So I'm done stitching it here, you can see it. So after stitching it out, at that center that I asked you to open it out, you are going to bring it out from that side. So just bring it out. So once you are done bringing it out, don't forget to give it a good press. I didn't give mine good press because I was making a video. So immediately I was done with the video, I went ahead to give it a good press. So the next thing is to place the tie, place them on top of themselves. So I'm trying to determine the center. So after that, you can see it. I know we are all familiar with making bow ties like this. So I already have my strip and it is in 1/2 inches. So you go ahead, put it in like that and stitch it at that side. So after stitching it, it should look like this. So you can see how lovely it is. So you can see it. So it should look like that. So once I'm done stitching, I'll show you. So I've done stitching and this is how it looks like. And so this is the elastic. I also attached my elastic to the lacquer fabric. So for this now, let's go ahead and complete our hijab. So for this, we are going to attach the cap first. So but before attaching the cap, I'm going to fix the elastic, the one with the elastic. I'm going to fix it to the head circumference of the hijab before attaching my cap. So what you will do now is that you will come up by 1 inch before placing that elastic strip that I made earlier. So once you are done with that, the next thing you are going to do, you do the same for the other side. So you can see it. I'm trying to chalk it out so that it will be visible for everybody to benefit from it. So that's me, you can see it. So at the center of that strip, you go ahead to you place that center of that elastic, the center, you place it on that 1 inches and stitch it. So I want to use my office pin now to attach them together before taking it to the machine. So once you are done pinning it down, you go ahead and do the same for the other side. So once you are done with that, you go ahead and stitch it. So I'm trying to notch the center of my hijab because I'll be needing that later. So that's me. Don't forget, stitch them together. So I'm done stitching them together. So the next thing we are going to do now is for us to attach our cap to the hijab. So you can see you also notch the center of your cap. So you place them center to center, right side facing right side, and stitch them together. So go ahead and stitch them. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to show you. So I'm done attaching the cap. So I've already attached. So the next thing is to attach the side and also double fold the down part. Once I'm done with that, I'll show you. So I've attached my cap and I also double folded the down part. So the next thing we are going to do now is to we are going to attach our bow tie to the elastic strip. The hijab is super easy, very easy to make, and then beginners friendly. So the next thing is that before placing, I've already chalk the center of my elastic, make sure that you place them on the center so that it will not look funny when you, by the time you are done with the hijab. So center to center. So you go ahead, use the office pin to attach them together. So once you are done with that, you go ahead and stitch them together. So once I'm done stitching, I will show you the finished look of my hijab. And my hijab is ready. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for the next hijab star.